Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. It's your boy Kentman, and we are here to talk about all the wonderful JRPG news that's happened over the past week with the PlayStation State of Play and Tokyo Game Show. There were so many things that happened that we just got to talk about. Some we're going to go quickly through because I've already talked about them in previous videos, but I'll let you know what those are. But let's jump into the first news topic. First being that there is a brand new Atelier game coming out in 2025, which is Atelier Resurriana, which I did make a whole video about this yesterday, talking about everything that's coming for Atelier, from Atelier Yume, getting a new trailer for Tokyo Game Show, and the release date for the collection edition has been available for pre-order right now, as well as the figure for Yume, the 1/7 scale, is available for pre-order. And now we have Resurriana coming out in 2025 later that year, and we have a brand new protagonist that's called the Red Alchemist. Don't know her name just yet, as well as a new knight that is the White Guardian. And as more information does come out about them, I will make a video about them. But I did already make a whole video about this, kind of talking about my feelings and expressions about it. So check that out if you want to see that. Next, moving to some more Atelier news. For the 5th anniversary for the Ryza trilogy, they released a brand new optimization patch for all the games. Mostly the first two got the biggest patches and updates for free, but the third one did get some small changes for the games for all systems. And I did go into the games and break down everything that they changed. So if you want to check that out, the links will be right here for that. And it's cool that these games are still getting some treatment even after 5 years later. It's kind of crazy to think about that. Then of course we gotta talk about Neptunia Riders versus Dongos, coming out January 2025, and it's going to have a digital version and a deluxe special edition. No price has been given just yet, but I might have to look on screen. If I did find it while editing this video, I'll put it on screen. But I did already talk about this one as well. It's pretty much a spin-off game, a side fun game where you ride around on a motorcycle and you drive and attack these dongos. You get to play with a bunch of different characters from Neptune, Blanc, Noir, and Yuzume will be the main protagonist for this game, and I think that's pretty cool. Stellar Blade is getting a brand new update. This is following the update announcement that we got for the State of Play. We're just getting photo mode, there's getting some quality of life improvements. The summer event is now available to be a toggle where you can turn it on and turn it off if you don't want to have that on, as well as the music for the summer event will be available for the rest stations as well. There's also some other small little improvements for the game that I will try to jump in and find out what those are. So I'll probably make a more in detail video about that. And also we cannot not talk about the brand new crossover that's going to be coming out from Stellar Blade in Nier, which is crazy. Cannot believe that was going to happen, but I'm not mad at it because it definitely fits, and I hope it's probably just going to be a skin, but I hope that 2B is actually in the game. There's a little bit more to it, but I'll take whatever because it is definitely very fitting. So when there's more information about that, I'll be talking about that, and I'll be doing a whole video on the new improvements for Stellar Blade because, you know, I do love me my Stellar Blade. Next, which got an announcement which I was very surprised, I was hoping that it would, which is Phantom Brave. The Harmonia Triangle is getting a remaster for the PS5 on November 7th. It only will be digitally worldwide and no physical, which is very sad. Maybe there might be a Play Asia version that we can buy, or Ami that will get physical, because I know it will come out physical in Japan. But I hope eventually this does come out for the West for physical, or maybe a limited run. Even though that wouldn't be the best option, it would still be a option, and I hope that is the case. But regardless of the fact, Phantom Brave, especially with the new one coming out very soon, I wanted to play the first one again because it's been many years since I played the first one on the PS2, and I think it did get remastered sometime later down the line, but I can't really remember, so I apologize. But regardless, it is getting a remaster on the PS5. No Switch announcement, which is odd. you know, I feels like this game would work really well on the Switch. Regardless of that, let me know how you guys feel about that. I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to dive into the remaster. I'll probably be playing it right here on the channel. And then speaking of more Phantom Brave Lost Hero, the brand new game within the Phantom Brave series, is getting a release date on January 30th. So right after the first one that's getting remastered, you'll be able to play the second one in January 30th. This is the second game that I'll be playing within January, being Dynasty, which we'll talk a little bit about that later. You got an announcement for PS5, PS4, and Switch worldwide. And in spring of 2025, it'll begin a PC port, which is pretty cool. Now, I did do a video talking about this a little bit, and I might do a second video talking about all the cool things about Phantom Brave, but let's just dive in a little bit about it. Phantom Brave Lost Hero is an unconventional strategy RPG that features free movement on gritless map. Summon your Phantom Squad members during battle by converting their souls into objects on the map. I really like the uniqueness of this game. Plus one, I love strategy RPGs or tactical RPGs. So I think that they're going to be adding a little bit of a twist of their own to them. And I think the Phantom Brave series always had a really good strategy when it came to the tactical RPGs. And I mean, NES always had some really good ideas when it comes to tactical RPGs, because that's what they're known for, especially with the Saga series. And there's a lot of great things that I'm looking forward for this game. There's a whole like new list of breakdowns that I want to do in a whole deep dive of its own video. So definitely look forward to that, and I'll be talking about that in due time. Next, we also got an early 2025 window release of Bleach Rebirth of Souls. One of the games I'm definitely looking forward to. My favorite anime of all time. Bleach is getting its first console game in a long time, coming to PS5, Xbox, PS4, and PC. And we got a brand new trailer over the Tokyo Game Show showing Ukiura and Ichigo transforming into Visor Ichigo, and then also turning into a full Hollow Ichigo. As well as we got announcements for maybe Awako Mundo Orihime might be getting I don't know if it's going to be a costume change, or it's going to be story only, or if it's going to actually be something that you'll be able to select. I'm assuming it will be, because that'd just be stupid not to. And it also shows that, you know, Awako Mundo storylines and other characters will be there. I'm sure they're going to have stuff for Grimjow and like Rukia versus a spotted number 9. He looks like Kayan. But you get what I mean. But I hope they have a lot of those amazing fights. I'm sure they're not going to be able to do everything, but it would be cool to see a lot of the stuff for the Bleach storyline, because they have some really cool fights nonetheless. But regardless, they should show this. I did do a reaction to this. If you want to check that out, the links will be up top. I did want to mention briefly, because I don't know if it will count as RPG, but I do want to talk about it. We did get a beautiful new trailer, well, not trailer, but animation for Sonic X Shadow Generations called Shadow Dark Beginnings. And I did do a full reaction and breakdown of all the new stuff for Sonic Central as well. So if you want to check that out, I did make a video about that, but I did want to talk about it just briefly, because I mean, even though it's not RPGs, I do love Sonic, and I did want to talk about it briefly. So definitely check that out if you want to see that. Then moving into a time travel turn-based RPG, Threads of Time announced for consoles and PC, which is something I was not expecting, but I like the idea. I like that it's dealing with some time, and it looks like pirates, and it's like you actually will be able to be on a pirate ship, which is cool. Threads of Time features a gorgeous 2.5D pixel art powered by the Unreal Engine 5 that instantly transports you across a breathtaking locals through the ages. Explore different eras, assembling your party, and restore ancient order of the time's night. From the majestic age of dinosaurs to the distant futures, teeming with medical marvels. Good Lord, I can't read. Every era is packed with adventure and secrets waiting for the unearthed. As you navigate this vast tapestry of history, uncover sinister plot threatening, unveil the very fabric of time told from the shrinking anime cutscenes. and it looks really, really cool. Now, I don't know what the release date for this game is. For consoles, it only says for Xbox and PC. If it comes out for Switch or maybe even PS5 or PS4, then I might actually check it out. Maybe I might actually discover it for PC as well. I don't know, we'll see. But it does look cool, so I'll definitely keep an eye on it whenever we get more information about it. Next, we're gonna talk about Dynasty Warriors Origin. Yes, it's my McDonald's and I love it. I'm gonna eat it up right off the fucking dollar menu, and it's Dynasty Warriors Origin, one of my most anticipated games of the next year, and we're getting a brand new game. It has a new trailer that shows off that all the famous characters going to be there, from Cao Cao, Liu Bei, Shang Sheng, to hopefully my girl Kui Kui, I think her name was. She had fans that I used a lot, and then Zhao Yang, who was also my main from Wei, and from Wu, I'm sorry. And you know, it's the famous story we know from Dynasty Warriors, the Romance of Three Kingdoms, and it looks way more badass, more technical, lots of enemies to kill, more enemies to like just slaughter. I said the same thing twice because you know, that's one of my favorite parts about Dynasty Warriors. But either way, I'm excited for it. I am so excited to play this. It does show that it might be multiplayer and co-op multiplayer. If it is, I'm gonna have to find a friend so we can play it. But I'm super excited for it. They showed a brand new trailer and it was looking extra crisp. Next, we're gonna move into some Fairy Tail 2. They've been releasing so much about this game. They want people to really understand about this game. Fairy Tail 1 came out 2019, I think, something around there. And now this game's coming out in December, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. I want to replay the first one again so I can get a refresher of what happened in Fairy Tail 1 leading into this game, and it looks like it's going to be adding some new things like link attacks. They really want to add in that switching and partner chain combos that a lot of Kyo Techno games has nowadays, mostly the Atelier games, and I like it. I'm vibing with it. It's going to have all the Fairy Tail essence in there, the power of friendship and magic. It's going to be cool. I love Fairy Tail. Obviously, it's one of those animes that is like far out there, but it's still a lot of love that I have for it, and I'm looking forward to it. Regardless of how good it may or may not be, I am kind of looking forward to it. And then it comes out in December, which I don't really have a lot going on anyway, so I might as well try it out, you know, why not? Then we got a bunch of announcements from Square Enix, nothing too major, but things that's going to be coming out for Xbox Game Pass or just Xbox in general, from Legends of Mana, Trials of Mana, and the Final Fantasy Pixel Collection are now available on Xbox. They're all at individual prices. The only one that will not be available for Game Pass is the Final Fantasy Pixels Remastered, maybe because there's a lot of games and Square Enix is like, look, we gave you Trials of Mana and Legends of Mana, but you know, Pixel Masters, you're gonna have to pay for that. Moving into a new trailer looking into Fantasian Neo Dimension, which has this near Final Fantasy kind of look. It releases December 5th, which is pretty cool for all platforms, and I like the way it looks. It has this strategy turn-based style to it where you can project the way you attack and maneuver. It was an iOS or an arcade Apple Arcade game at one point, and now it's coming out to consoles all over, and I like it. I might dive into it and see what more it is. And again, I don't really have a lot of things happening in December, so I might well check it out. Then I'm going to mention briefly, which I don't know if I'm really going to talk about it too much, but Persona 5 Phantom X, it's a mobile game, a strategy mobile game that's going to be coming to iOS, Android, and PC. And you know, I think I love Persona 5, don't get me wrong, I love Royal and I love the brand of Persona 5, but I feels like it is time to move on, man. It is time to move on. We need a Persona 6, and it is like they've been milking Persona 5 for way too long. This series has so many different iterations of games that it's almost kind of hard to look at anymore, at least for me. And I just want to see a new Persona. That's pretty much all I want to see at this point. Next, we got a new game in the long-awaited Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this to return. Now, it seems like it's not going to be extremely a volleyball game this time around, but it's going to be a vacation simulator visual novel. It's going to be fully fledged romance. It's going to be a romance with a lot of the Dead or Alive Extreme series. Like, you get to go on dates with them, you get to go on romantic outings with them, and it seems like a game that I could get behind. Look, I mean, obviously, when it comes to the Dead or Alive Extreme games, you only play them for one reason and one reason only, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm a person that loves my fan service. I'm a person that loves the girls for just being hot and sexy, and this seems like a perfect game for me. It's coming out for PS5, PS4, and PC. Hopefully the PS5 version doesn't get censored, but it probably will. Next, we're gonna talk briefly about the Lunar Remasters collection that got announced during the PlayStation State of Play. It's coming out for all consoles, and it's cool. I never got the chance to play the Lunar series ever. I think it came out a little too sooner than I was really playing games. Like, I think it came out for the PlayStation 1, but it was one of those games I never got the chance to play. And I've heard only good things about this game. This is like the RPG or JRPG of the year when it came out, before like Final Fantasy came out and all that. And it's getting remastered, and I kind of am excited for it. I most likely will pick it up and try it out and see what this game has entailed and what fans has said is a great JRPG, and I'm looking forward to. I'm liking that they're putting so much care and joy into these games, because for a person that haven't played these games, that they're going to have a lot of newer quality of life improvements to them. I'm excited for it. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to try it out and see how I feel about them. They come out early spring of 2025, so when more information does come out about them, I will definitely make a video about it when it does come out. Next, we're going to talk about AI Limit. Now, I did talk about this game briefly in the RPG news before. That is a Souls-like anime type game, and it looks really cool, and it's getting a demo on October 14th. This game's going to be coming out for PS5 and PC, and I am probably going to play it, probably get my ass kicked, because I'm not really good at Souls-like games, but it looks really cool. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the protagonist. I like the style of it, and I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see what it has entailed. If it don't like it, kind of reminds you of like a Bloodborne, a more like a Scarlet Nexus kind of style of a game, and it looks really cool. And it comes out October 14th, and it's gonna be a demo, and I'm gonna try it out. And if you wanna see a new Souls-like anime type experience, you should check it out as well on October 14th and get your opinion on how you feel about the game. Next, we're going to talk about Momodora Moonlit Farewell, coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, and Switch in early 2025. It is a new RPG that doesn't even have a trailer. It just got announced over the Tokyo Game Show, and it looks really cute. It kind of reminds you of Madoka Magica in a way, and it's going to get a physical edition that's going to be available through limited run games. I'm assuming it's not going to be a huge budgeted game, but it looks really cool. A gorgeous pixel art, animation, action-packed gameplay focusing on melee combos and dodging enemy attacks and firing arrows at enemies. A sigil stat system, which allows the greatly customizable play styles, intense and core-shaking boss battles, deep exploration into a world rich in lore and atmosphere, freely adjustable at difficulty levels, allowing you to relax and explore the alluring world at your own pace and take on the mighty foes of a real challenge. Sounds very interesting and intriguing to me. I want to see a trailer and gameplay to see what it's like, or maybe I have to look at previous games in the series to see what this game is entailed. I never knew about this series, never knew. So this game launches on January 11th, so I have some research to do. I just saw that it got announced over the Tokyo Game Show, and now I'm talking about it because it looks really cool. I like this style. I mean, like I said, it looks like Madoka Magica, if you guys know that anime, and that's what drew me to it. So now I need to do more research about it. Then lastly, we're going to talk about is the level 5 announcements that got announced over the Tokyo Game Show that could or could not come out for PS5 or the West. It's hard to say, but these are announcements that's going to be coming out within 2025 and 2026. There was a Ghostcraft RPG cross-media project called Holy Horror Mansion that looked really cool. They also talked about an Inazuma 11 getting a remake for PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. That is a soccer kind of slice of life anime kind of feel, and it's going to be coming out in 2026, and you'll be able to go around in a nice cool Japan settings but playing soccer, which is really cool. And then you had a new Professor Layton that got announced for 2024 that looks really cool. This one looks like it's going to be a more of an open world mystery kind of game, and it looks really cool. Only for the Switch though, as is typical for the level 5 games for the Professor Layton games. In the game, something that we knew it was going to get delayed. They said it was supposed to come out this year, but the months kept going by, and then they hasn't announced anything about this game. This game got announced back in like 2017, and they did release a theme song trailer for the game, and it has this nice aesthetic to it where you get to change to furries and you go on like police and detective missions, and it has an RPG turn-based style, and it looks cool. It looks very cool. But the statement that is, the Deca Police were developing systems for a large open world and preparing to release an anime and game at the same time. So it wants to release an anime and a game at the same time, which is pretty cool. Level 5's president and CEO Akira Hano said during Levels 5's today's Level 5's Vision 2024 to the World's Children event, we are thrilled to have a Mira sing the theme song, a true diva whose power matches that of the protagonist Harvard. Adding the dramatic flair to the performance, both the visuals and content of the game are being improved. We are evolving it into an even more engaging experience. That also means we'll need more time to finish though. Deca Police is now scheduled for a 2026 release, and hopefully when that time does come, it's going to release, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to have that nice, good Detective Conan kind of vibe, and an anime feel, and a game feel, and it's really cool. I just hope we just get it. That's the only issue. I just hope we get it. I hope we get to play a lot of level 5 games that's going to be coming out for the next few years, and it's hard to say. That is all the news that I wanted to talk about for this RPG news. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys did, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know what you were in the fancy for the most. What are you excited for the next year? Even though this year is not over, there's a lot of things coming out, from Bleach, Dynasty Warriors, to Atelier, to, you know, a bunch of stuff from Dead or Alive, and I'm excited for it all. But let me know what's your favorites. If there's things that I missed and you want me to talk about or do a more breakdown of the videos, let me know down in the comments down below, because I would love to know what your thoughts are on those things. And with that being said, I appreciate you watching. If you could help me by getting to 10K, because I am trying to reach that by the end of the year, and with your help and support, I could definitely reach that. But my name is Kentman, and I will see you guys in the next video next time. Bye me.